Hello, my name is Taylor, and today I'm going to be showing you a great breakfast option that is heart healthy and will keep you full until lunch. Today we're going to be making apple pie oatmeal. Oatmeal is a great way to lower your cholesterol. It is a complex carbohydrate, and so it keeps us fuller longer. This recipe only has 187 calories per serving, which our recipe will be making 2 servings, so you can share it with someone else. It has 0 grams of saturated fat, which is very good, 7 grams of protein, and 6 grams of fiber. So the protein and the fiber content really helps us stay full until lunchtime or our first snack. So let's get started with some of our ingredients. The ingredients for today's recipe include 1/2 cup of Bob's Red Mill Steel Cut Oats. This is the brand that I choose to use because you can find it almost anywhere. Even Big Lots has this, but you can really use any brand that you prefer. Also, I have some chia seeds here. I like to sprinkle the chia seeds on top of the cooked oatmeal once it's done, but this is just an optional step. You do not have to do this. But chia seeds are a great way to add some omega-3 fats to your diet. There's 1 apple, which we will probably not use that entire apple because it's pretty large, but we do need 1 cup of chopped apples. We have some honey in the back there in the yellow container for some sweetening, and it's a natural sweetener, so it's very healthy for you. Ground cinnamon, this is 1/2 teaspoon. Ground allspice, this is 1/4 of a teaspoon. I have a liquid measuring cup in the back there for 2 cups of water for our oatmeal. A pinch of salt. And then some of the equipment we're going to need is a wooden spoon, some measuring spoons for measuring your spices, a knife and a cutting board for chopping your apple, and then I have a medium saucepan here for cooking the actual oats. To get started with the recipe, we're going to be chopping our apples. We do need 1 cup of apples, and we're going to finely dice them so that they're completely cooked with the steel cut oats. This is a pretty large apple, so if you can just get smaller apples, then you can probably use an entire apple at once. Or if you are making this for a larger size group of people, you can just use the entire apple and use more oats and double the recipe. Okay, that looks like about 1 cup, and then we'll be using this later in the recipe. Now I'm going to begin cooking my oatmeal. In my saucepan I have 2 cups of water, and now I'm going to add a pinch of salt. And then I'm going to turn my burner on high and let this boil. As soon as this comes to a boil, I'm going to be adding 1/2 cup of my steel cut oats, my ground cinnamon, and my ground allspice. Now that my water is boiling, I'm going to be adding my oats and my 2 spices. I'm also going to lower my heat down to a simmer, and I'm going to be stirring these occasionally until they are fully cooked. This usually takes about 10 to 20 minutes. It's been about 10 minutes and our oats are still cooking. I'm stirring it occasionally, and at this point I'm going to be adding my 1 cup of apples. And then I'm going to be continuing the cooking process, stirring occasionally like we were before. It has been about 15 minutes, and I think our oats are ready to go. As you can see, they've absorbed almost all of the water. If you want it to be a little bit more thick, you can leave it to cook for a little bit longer, but I like mine at this consistency. At this point, I'm going to be setting it and letting it sit for about 2 minutes, and it'll continue to absorb the rest of that liquid. I've just brought my oats off of the oven, and now it's time to bowl it up or throw it in a jar, and then you can eat your breakfast. So usually when I'm eating it at home, I just like to put it in a bowl. You can divide this among 2 different bowls if you're having someone else eat with you. Or if you like to take things on the go, I think it's a great option to put things in a ball jar, which has a lid, and it will stay in your refrigerator if you're not going to use it that day, or you can take it with you that morning. And it's a really easy way and easy cleanup after work. Now I like to add a little bit of chia seeds. I'm just adding a tablespoon. Sprinkling that on the top. So there's our omega-3s. And then I'm going to top it with some honey. I don't generally add too much honey because the apples were pretty sweet. But this is a natural sweetener, so it's not too bad for you. And then just for a little bit of extra spice, I like to add some cinnamon on the top. And there you go. We have your oatmeal. It's apple pie oatmeal. And here is it for if you're at home. And then if you're taking it to work, you can just put the lid on and take it in the car with you.